Hey, Aquarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your September 2022 full moon reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. Today we'll dive into the collective energy of Aquarius and take a look at what this full moon in the sign of Pisces has in store for you. So just a friendly reminder, these are general readings. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or even entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, Aquarius, we have Mercury going retrograde in the sign of Libra on the 9th of September. Then on the 10th of September, the full moon is in the sign of Pisces, which is activating your second house of work, budget, and routine. So you may be taking a look at your routine, especially during retrograde, as we have a time to reflect, reorganize, reprioritize, and reevaluate what is working in our life and what is not, especially when it does come to your work life, your finances, your budgeting. I'm getting that a lot of you are setting some sort of routine when it comes to how you make or how you spend money. You may be taking a look at what you can either pay off. They're showing me as well, maybe some of you may be speaking to a financial advisor about how to maybe refinance, or it could be about a home as well, rent or a mortgage. There's just showing me that a lot of you are figuring out how to condense but capitalize as well. So I feel like you're doing something with your money, and it's a very good time to take a look at that growth as well. Now, you have Taurus energy out here, you have Leo, and you have Aquarius, which is you. So you may have these placements in your chart, Aquarius. You may be dealing with others that have these placements in their chart, or you're just embodying the overall energies. So right away, it says release control. I am getting here that there are certain expectations or certain dynamics that you are trying to control. And sometimes when we try to control a situation, it actually brings about a block. When you think of holding water in your hands, if you hold your hand loosely and somebody pours water in, you still have a little bit of water to kind of drink out of. But when you squeeze your hand and you try to control holding on to that water, what happens is the water comes out of your hand. And that is what I'm seeing here, where there could be a relationship, especially with Mercury in retrograde in the sign of Libra. It could affect relationships. Some of you may be controlling or in a controlling dynamic in a relationship where it's very important to look, is there equal give and take? For others of you, you may be trying to control a situation regarding your work. You may be setting expectations that are maybe impossible to meet. So I'm sensing that you are surrendering, and I feel like you are releasing the need to focus, the need to control during this retrograde, and that is a very good energy coming in for you, because sometimes things are out of our control, and Mercury retrograde reminds us of that. Just 20 minutes prior, I had a complete blackout on my screen, on my computer screen. Things were beeping. It was going all haywire, and I'm pretty good with technology, but I just sat back. I gave some energy to my laptop, and I said, okay, I'm a Libra. I know this is affecting me quite strong, but I'm not going to get impatient over this. I'm just going to give it some love, give it some energy, let it do its thing. And eventually, over maybe a 20-minute span, finally, the computer started back up again. So in that circumstance, I feel like this is pertaining to how you're going to navigate through retrograde, is releasing the control to have something done quite quickly. So for example, in that situation, I could have immediately, freaked out and thought, oh my goodness, I don't have a computer. I won't be able to put out these readings, and it could have spiraled, right? But what I did is I had that acknowledgement that, yeah, sometimes things are out of our control. Sometimes things kind of go haywire, and the only thing I can control is my emotions. So Aquarius, that's what I'm feeling. I normally don't talk about myself, but that's what I am sensing is coming up for you, because what's happening is you're staying humble. You're staying in your integrity, and you are not letting anybody else's actions or anything else bring you down. So that's what I really feel is happening here for you. Now, wow, you have, okay, I thought you had double Aquarius. Now, some of you may actually have double Aquarius in your chart, or your north node may be Aquarius as well, or even your south node. But it says here, trust the universe. Yeah, this is what you're doing. You're surrendering, you're trusting, you're releasing the old to make way for new. And ultimately, that's what full moons are all about. Release, letting go. And sometimes that change can be the hardest thing, but I feel like you're embracing the change because excuse me, because you're ready and you're prepared. You know, on a soul level, Aquarius, that change is inevitable and change is coming in, whether you're prepared or not. But I feel like you at least know it's like you're one step ahead of the game. You're expecting it, but at the same time, when it does happen, you're staying humble within it. So let's dive into your energy and see where you're at. Let's see what's coming in around this Mercury retrograde and how we can help you navigate through this time. We're also going to dive into your untapped spiritual gifts and greatest strengths. We'll get messages from your guides. And lastly, we'll take a look at action steps that you can take to continue on your soul's journey. So what do we have here for Aquarius, please? Thank you. All right. So where is your energy at currently, and what are you focusing on manifesting? So we have the Two of Voices, which is the Two of Swords, Page of Voices, Page of Swords, and we have Awakening, the Judgment energy here. So big stuff going on for you. Now the Two of Swords is going back and forth between the head and the heart. It is about being at a crossroads, being at that opposition. Do I control or do I release? Stay or go? Do I thrive or do I just stay kind of stuck in a rut? And I feel like you're choosing the pathway of the heart. You're being able to stay humble. Like I said here, you're not letting ego get in the way. You're not getting a big head over achievements or successes that you've had here. The Two of Voices says that you are staying in your heart center, but you will have a few choices that you need to make. Now, some of you, they're showing me Two of Pentacles as well, and I don't see the Two of Pentacles yet, but I am sensing that you're finding that balance within yourself, that Libran energy of balance here. And I feel like even though things may kind of spiral out, miscommunication could go haywire, technology, it could even be regarding your money. Now they're showing me a hole in the pocket. So some of you may feel like your money, where's your money going? Or feel like you have a hole in your pocket that you maybe just received a bonus, or you received a raise, or you get higher pay, but you're not seeing the fruits of your achievements here. And I feel like that's where this energy comes from, where you may be making choices in your routine, budgeting. You may be figuring out how to make your company grow or your business grow. For others of you, this is about which door to walk through. Do I go that way or do I go this way? Now, Page of Voices says, stay curious, stay open. You have a very brilliant mind. Aquarius, you are an air sign, so you tend to definitely analyze everything that you come into contact with, but sometimes we tend to overanalyze. I'm an air sign as well, I get it, but you can overanalyze things until you completely go off track. It's like you are wandering in the woods and you know point A to B, you know how to get there, but then you decide, oh, I'm going to go over here and pick this berry, and I'm going to go talk to this squirrel, and I'm going to go hug that tree, and I'm going to go pick up that leaf. But then before you realize it, you're going around in circles and you lose sight of that finish point that you're at here. So what I'm seeing here is don't lose sight of what the end prize is for you, whether it's a new job or whether it's a relationship or whether it's a family or a health goal. It's time to set those priorities, but also give your space, give your energy room to grow and expand, and check out things along the way. Analyze them, yes, but don't get so stuck in that analyzation that you lose sight of that long-term goal. So I sense that during this retrograde time, you will be reprioritizing. Some things that maybe were a priority for you 10 months ago are no longer a priority, and that's okay, because sometimes we think, oh my goodness, it's not a priority. We need to put that back on the front burner. And you know if it is supposed to be on that front burner. Is it something that's still a priority? Because if it's not, that's okay. We don't have to force anything that doesn't belong. It's like trying to force a puzzle piece together when, yeah, it looks great when you hold them up, right? And you start to stick them together, but then you realize that they're completely wonky and it looks forced and it feels forced. And ultimately, the pieces aren't put together correctly, it's going to wreck the whole puzzle. And that's what I'm sensing here. There's a second chance coming in, Aquarius, a huge, huge second chance. This awakening card, this judgment card, is about changing your life for the better. And I will say here, I keep seeing that wheel of fortune, the wheel of fortune spinning in. So I have a feeling here intuitively that destiny and fate is intervening to help you see clearly, to help you stay open to the options, to help you find, research, plan, and be able to manifest what it is that you want to achieve in your life. Whatever success looks like to you, whatever love looks like to you, whatever abundance looks like, Aquarius, you're having a major moment where you are woke. You are woke. There's an awareness here where I feel like you're coming out of maybe the rose-colored lens that you've had on here. And I feel like you're seeing something for what it is and you're going for it here. But first, before that can be done, you are releasing control because you're realizing that things aren't always happening in the way that you thought they would happen, but sometimes they take a back way or a back spin and turn out even better than you could have imagined. So the awakening card is definitely about you waking up to a brand new version of you. It's about that phoenix rising from the ashes here. It's about healing the wounds of the past and moving towards a higher calling. There is a spiritual journey you're on, and I feel like if you've maybe had the short end of the stick regarding finances, or if you had a major loss, some of you went through a debt, or you had maybe even a foreclosure, you've lost a job, or that pandemic really did a number on your finances, because the Five of Materials here, this can also be about health, money and health changes. If that was you, something's about to start spinning in your favor. You're starting to manifest more abundance back into your life here after a time of great loss because you have the Magician, and this is what your focus is on. The Magician energy is all about you having the necessary tools, the resources, the talents, the skills, the action, the power to create and manifest anything. And this is about doing so in not a manipulative way, but this is about doing so because you understand that you're the creator, that you had to go through some deep lessons to evolve. But now that you have a clear understanding of the why, or maybe a clear understanding of the how, you're able to navigate and get to that point, but you're staying open along the way. And I hope that resonates for you. Let's take a look at your untapped spiritual gifts and your greatest strengths. What are your untapped gifts? For Aquarius, the Star, doesn't surprise me, and your greatest strengths. Now, when we look at untapped gifts, this is something that you've touched base on, you've tuned into, you've embraced, but little bits and pieces along your journey. It hasn't come at 110, 110%. You haven't been able to fully embrace the energy of the Star. For some of you, this is about fame and fortune. For others of you, this is about deep healing, where you're able to overcome any challenges where you felt like you wanted to give up on, or you felt like your dreams were broken. This is about inspiration. It is about divine guidance, healing, hope, positivity, and peace. So when the Star shows up as your untapped spiritual gift, this is something you will tap into and fully embrace in this lifetime. I feel like you will rise above. Some of you have strong Leo. Again, if I mentioned that earlier, I'm not sure. Strong Leo as a rising energy here, or even some of you may be a moon, but I'm getting some of you strongly have Leo in your chart, Aquarius, and I feel like you are that rising star. But first, before you reach that fullest potential, there's some healing. There's some limiting beliefs, maybe around money, maybe around health, maybe things that you're healing from childhood. I really sense that you're going big. You're going big. You're reaching for the stars, and I feel very good about this energy showing up for you. And there's also something with, now this is very precise for some of you. They're showing me now a statue. This could be a triangular statue. It could be made of maybe glass, or it could be just maybe a pyramid showing up here. I feel like it's in a spiritual sense. Now, some of you may have just seen a pyramid or a statue, whether you've bought one or whether you see it where you're sitting from this point of view. I feel like that is a reminder from Spirit that you are that star, that you are shining, and that you will reach that potential that you are striving to reach. Now, your greatest strength, Aquarius, is the 10 of Cups. Beautiful. The 10 of Cups is emotional wealth. So when it comes to career, some of you are able to fully embrace doing something that you absolutely love, Aquarius. For others of you, during that second half of your life or second portion, it's about you embracing emotionally what brings you joy, what brings you happiness. There's something here with healing family drama or family or childhood wounding as well. Now, the 10 of Cups is that happily ever after card. And when this comes up as your greatest strength, a lot of you have had very tumultuous childhoods. Some of you were abandoned. Some of you rejected. Some of you never met your fathers, your mothers, your siblings. There's just an energy of even rejection or abandonment. But the good news is your greatest strength is to come up, rise above from all of that. And that's what you're given a second chance on here. Emotional wealth. The 10 of Cups is about happy family. It's about good fortune, peace, serenity, bliss. And I feel like this is attainable. So if some of you have given up those dreams or thought this is never going to happen for me, well, hello, Aquarius. Think again, because you are that rising star. Keep the faith alive. Keep that hope. Keep feeling inspired. In the times that you're not inspired, make sure you're doing things that bring that inspiration to your soul, to your energy. Because sometimes when we feel a disconnect or we feel maybe a lack of, or we're not connecting to our higher selves, that's when we feel like our dreams are maybe not attainable. But I feel whatever you're trying to reach for, you will reach it. Some of you already have. Some of you have hit some very big milestones in your life and you're staying humble about it as well. Some of you have lost everything, is what I'm hearing. Or you started from complete scratch after losing everything. And I feel like in the face of it all, you are still humble. If anything, you're more compassionate and you are more of a lover and a giver than you ever have been here. And there's good karma at work here and at play, divine timing that is going to spin that wheel back around in your favor. Now, what do we have here? Wow. Okay. So messages from your spiritual team, your loved ones, your ancestors, your guides, your animals and pets. We have soul solitude. We have dream talk, a child's love, and a father's love. And we did mention earlier, some of you, there could be some relationship dynamics with maybe a father, whether your father is still in this physical realm or he's crossed over. Some of you may have had some ups and downs. Some of you were very close with your father. It says here, a father's love for his son or daughter never dies. The strength gained from such love is often unquantifiable in that it can be tapped into at any time for whatever reason. Whether your father is still here or has passed, a father's love is one of the strongest bonds any of us will ever experience. So some of you, you may be the father as well. And I'm sensing that there is deep healing, there's deep mending taking place, especially over this retrograde. If you do have any Libra in your chart, if you do have also Aquarius or Leo, it may be very strong for you healing this dynamic. Some of you, if you had a very strong connection, you can still feel your father, whether here or crossed over. And some of you, it's through dreams. So do pay attention to your dreams, because dreams are heightened around the full moon. And the full moon is a time of letting go to embrace the new, letting go of the old or what's no longer working. But a lot of times it is Spirit's way of reaching out to you, because sometimes through pain, through chaos, through the busyness or the noise of physical life here, we can't always hear our spiritual team reaching out to us. And it says your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you. So do pay attention to the signs, the symbols, the numbers, the synchronicities, because I feel like Spirit is trying to get your attention. We also have a child's love. It says the love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make. Children start out as part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as the bigger part of our hearts. Now, a lot of signs have been getting a child's love. So whether you were the child, this could be your inner child, or your wounded child, this could be your own children, or perhaps this is a parent-child dynamic. But I feel like a lot of the inner child energies may be showing up during this retrograde, because that Libran energy can be about the relationship with self and healing the self dynamics here, because you do have soul solitude. So Aquarius, you may be taking a little bit of time out, or at times you feel like you're on a soul solitude journey where you are doing something that is breaking the pattern, going against the norm, but you know you need to do this, even if you are the black sheep, or even if you're the only one that is forging a brand new path through the woods here. I feel like you know you're doing something because you have a clear target, a clear destination in mind, and that's what you are reprioritizing at this time. Your soul needs attention. There are important moments, Aquarius, when it's important to get away, not just from the noise of the outside world, but to find a place where your soul can experience peace and quiet, a place for soul solitude. This is a time to pause, a time to reflect, and a time for you. That's what retrograde is all about. Reflection, pause, to be able to replenish that body, mind, and soul so you can move forward into a more determined energy. And that's what I sense you're doing. Let's take a look and see what the soul really wants you to be aware of at this time to help you navigate through your journey. What do we need to know here for Aquarius? What is your soul trying to say to you at this moment in time? How can I deepen my trust right now? Trust, surrender, let go of the wheel. And how long have I been talking about this wheel here, Aquarius? From the very beginning, even though we don't have the Wheel of Fortune, there's that wheel that I mentioned earlier. It says you can trust yourself so fully that you can deepen, when you trust in yourself so fully that you can deepen your trust in others. It creates safety. When we feel safe, we feel unstoppable. Today's soul action, let go and trust. Today, find your center in the chaos and be certain with yourself so you can deepen your trust in others. Some of you have a hard time trusting that your intuition is indeed your intuition. Some of you have a hard time trusting other people due to, it could be childhood wounding, it could be past betrayal, it could be that you've had hope, you felt like you've had hope for so long and things didn't work out the way that you thought, that you've lost that trust in the universe, and you thought, well, what's the point? What's my purpose? When are things gonna come back my way? I keep doing all the right things. You may be saying, Melissa, I keep doing all the right things. I'm trying to manifest. I'm focusing on my healing. I'm doing A, B, and C, but it's still not working out. I say then trust and surrender, Aquarius. Let go of the wheel, because spirit is working behind the scenes. Divine timing is at play in your life right now. And deepen that trust, because there is change coming in for you here. And I do sense that this change isn't something small. This isn't just a change where, you know, you're changing your hairstyle or you're healing something somebody said to you the other day at the grocery store. This is a life changing awakening that is happening here within you. For some of you, you may be reuniting with somebody from the past, Aquarius, somebody that you've either had a falling out with or someone that's rejected or abandoned you. Okay, it doesn't just have to be an ex coming back during retrograde. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a job, a person, place, or thing. So I feel like there may be things coming in that offer you a second chance, because this awakening is about a second chance to do things differently this time around. Now let's take a look and see how you've grown. How has Aquarius grown during this cycle? Not just during this cycle, but in general, how have you grown due to circumstances that have shown up for you? We have the 8 of Wands. Thank you, Spirit. We have the 8 of Wands. There it is. I knew it was going to show up eventually. There's the wheel. Yes, you've grown because you have embraced or manifested this changing turning point in your life. Remember, that Wheel of Fortune is fate, destiny stepping in. There's a new cycle of your life being manifested at this time. I am sensing within the next 4 to 6 weeks, there's going to be a major transformation taking place, but something that I feel is expected, but something you've been carrying the burdens of. The 10 of Wands can be about taking on a lot, feeling the burdens, feeling like at times you want to fix everyone, you want to heal everyone, but taking on other people's stuff can be physically, mentally, emotionally exhausting. And you're saying, you know, I don't want to carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I don't want to stress and worry about every little thing. So what are you doing about it? You're releasing control with this energy here. You're definitely releasing that control. You're delegating maybe tasks. You're prioritizing. You're eliminating around the full moon things that no longer work. And what is that doing for you? Eight of Wands. It's speeding up your process here. It is about you hearing maybe important messages. It could be about relocating. It can be about things finally moving and taking shape instead of spinning that wheel in a circle where you feel like you're stuck or stagnant, not going anywhere. Because get ready, there's an unexpected message, an unexpected gift, or an unexpected resource coming in here, Aquarius, that really is going to be the catalyst that projects your life in a new direction. This is some powerful stuff coming in here for you, especially with the Wheel of Fortune that we've been talking about from the get-go. Now, lastly, what steps can you take to continue growing? What do we have here? We have the Knight of Inspiration, which is the Knight of Wands, and we also have the Three of Cups. Beautiful. Now, the Knight of Wands energy is all about feeling that passion, feeling that excitement, excited about the new adventures that await. If you are brave enough to move forward, this is saying here, you are a warrior, Aquarius. There's nothing that you can't tackle when you set your mind to it because you're instinctual. You do trust your gut feelings here. And I feel like you're a leader, Aquarius. I just heard some of you are a leader, and I'm not sure if I mentioned that earlier or not. Sometimes when I channel energy, it just flows through, and I don't even remember what was said 2 minutes ago. But what I'm sensing is you were born to lead, not follow. So it's okay to forge your own alternative path, whatever that may be for you, and celebrate each and every success along the way because you deserve it. The Three of Cups is about celebrating with your friends, with your family, your community, other kindred spirits. Now, it can be about you continuously maintaining, not just maintaining, but growing that abundance in your life. Some of you are getting a new job, a new raise. This can be about passing a test. It can be news of a birth, a new job, a wedding reception. It can also be about just celebrating the love of other people being around you as well. There could even be engagement showing up here. So I love this showing up. I feel like within the next 4 to 8 weeks, especially, they're showing me by November, there is a lot of happiness. Your heart's opening up in bigger ways than you could even imagine or you could even fathom at this time. So last but not least here, Aquarius, let's pull a message from the Wisdom of the Oracle. What do we have here for Aquarius? Wisdom of the Oracle. Observer. Yeah, observer. You can see here that he's holding a telescope. He's looking at the moon and he's planning, he's preparing, he's getting ready. He knows that change is on the horizon, but look at that. It's not very far away. And what do you have here as your untapped gift? You have the star. Guess what is right along with that moon looking down? There's the star energy as well showing up. There's actually many stars. You can see this here. There's many stars in this imagery, and he is so much closer than he thinks. So use this full moon energy to really plan, create a vision board if you'd like, and set new goals, prioritize, budget, work on your passions, your routine, set the energy in motion in your life for the things that matter most to you, because I sense here that you're a lot closer than you think. You have that energy coming in here where there is a second chance, a major awakening, and a turning point in your life, Aquarius. There's a lot of happiness and abundance coming your way. And I feel like you will embrace every step of the way. And most importantly, it's coming from a place of heart and staying humble, not ego. This is beautiful. I love this for you, Aquarius. I hope this resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I am sending all of you wonderful Aquarians tons of love and light. Thanks so much for tuning in.